Growth of British power, 18th century to 19th century. Growth of British power in India. After shattering the French dreams of building an empire in India, the English East India Company began to strengthen its foothold in India. With the help of its army and vast resources in India, the EEIC set out on a path of conquest and territorial expansion. Rise of the British power in Bengal. Bengal in the 18th century was the richest and most fertile province in India. Siraj-ud-Dowlah became the Nawab of Bengal in 1756. He wanted to curb the growing power of the British. He ordered the British to pay taxes to him like the other Indian merchants, but they refused to do so. The British also began to fortify their settlement in Calcutta in anticipation of a war with France. Causes of the Battle of Plassey. Siraj-ud-Dowlah asked the British and the French to dismantle their fortifications, but the British refused to do so. Enraged, Siraj-ud-Dowlah marched to Calcutta and captured Fort William in 1756. Robert Clive reconquered Calcutta in 1757. Clive then plotted with Mir Jafar, the commander-in-chief of the Nawab's forces, to overthrow Siraj-ud-Dowlah. The Battle of Plassey. Robert Clive led the British forces to Plassey. The Battle of Plassey was fought on 23rd June 1757. A major part of the Nawab's army under the command of Mir Jafar did not take any part in the battle. Realizing that he had been betrayed, the Nawab fled from the battlefield. He was killed and Mir Jafar was proclaimed the Nawab of Bengal. Importance of the Battle of Plassey. The Battle of Plassey was a turning point in the history of India. It paved the way for the establishment of the British rule in Bengal and eventually the rest of India. The British became virtual rulers of Bengal and drained its wealth. When Mir Jafar did not meet the demands of the British, they replaced him with Mir Qasim in 1760. The Battle of Buxar. Mir Qasim was a competent and efficient ruler, determined to free himself from foreign control. He made the British hostile by raising a well-equipped and trained army. He tried to stop the employees of the company from misusing their special privileges. This made the British furious. In 1763, war broke out between Mir Qasim and the British, in which the Nawab was badly defeated. Mir Qasim formed an alliance with Nawab of Awadh, Shuja-ud-Dowlah, and the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II. The British defeated the combined forces of the three allies in the Battle of Buxar in 1764. This victory established the British as the masters of Bengal, Bihar and Orissa, and gave them political influence and control over Awadh and the Mughal Emperor. Robert Clive became the governor of Bengal. He introduced dual government in Bengal in 1765. Bengal now had two masters, the Nawab and the Company. Dual government in Bengal. In the dual government system, the Nawab was responsible for the administration, while the Company had the military power and the right to collect revenue. The Company had powers without any responsibility, while the Nawab had no resources to execute his responsibilities. This ruined Bengal. In 1772, Warren Hastings became the governor of Bengal. He abolished dual government and introduced many administrative reforms. The Anglo-Mysore Wars. After conquering Bengal, the English East India Company was now ready to acquire more territories in India. In southwest and central India, there was a tussle of power between the Marathas, the Nizam of Hyderabad, and Mysore. Hyder Ali formed an alliance with the Marathas and the Nizam and defeated the British in the First Mysore War 1767–69. In the Second Mysore War, 1780–84, Hyder Ali was defeated by the British, who had won over the Nizam and the Marathas to their side. Tipu Sultan, Hyder Ali's son, continued the Second Mysore War. The war came to an end with the signing of a peace treaty in 1784. The Second Mysore War was followed by Third and Fourth Mysore Wars, that is, in 1790–99. In 1789, Tipu Sultan attacked Travancore, which was an ally of the British. Lord Cornwallis, the Governor-General, formed an alliance with the Nizam and the Marathas. War broke out in 1790. Tipu Sultan was defeated and forced to sign the Treaty of Seringamapatnam. Tipu Sultan refused to acknowledge the British as masters. Lord Wellesley declared war on him in 1799. Tipu Sultan died defending Seringamapatnam, his capital. Nearly half of his kingdom was annexed and divided between the British and their ally, the Nizam. After 4 wars which spanned over 32 years, the power of Mysore was crushed. Lord Wellesley formed the subsidiary alliance to subjugate the Indian powers. Under this system, British offered Indian rulers help against external attacks and paid for the maintenance of the troops. The Anglo-Maratha Wars. The First Anglo-Maratha War, 1775–82, broke out between the Marathas and the British over the issue of the succession of Peshwa Narayan Rao. After a 4-year battle, the two sides signed the Treaty of Salbai in 1782. In the Second Anglo-Maratha War, 1803–05, the British under Lord Wellesley defeated the Marathas and forced them to accept the subsidiary alliance and acknowledge the British as their overlords. The Marathas were finally subjugated after the Third Anglo-Maratha War, 1817–1818. The Anglo-Sikh Wars. In the First Anglo-Sikh War, 1845–46, the Sikhs were defeated by the British and they had to sign the Treaty of Lahore. In the Second Anglo-Sikh War, 1848–49, Governor-General Lord Dalhousie declared war on the Sikhs and defeated them. Punjab was annexed by Lord Dalhousie in 1849. The Doctrine of Lapse. Lord Dalhousie adopted a number of methods to give the final touches to the work of empire building in India. One such method was the Doctrine of Lapse. According to the Doctrine of Lapse, all subordinate states, where the rulers died without a natural male heir, would automatically pass into the hands of the British. Lord Dalhousie annexed Satara, Jhansi and Nagpur by applying the Doctrine of Lapse. Lord Dalhousie annexed Awadh in 1856 on grounds of maladministration. The growth of British power. By 1856, the English East India Company had brought the whole of India under its control. This was because of a lack of unity among Indian rulers and lack of efficient and organized administration in the Indian states. Backed by superior military and economic resources, the British eliminated all their rivals and established themselves as the supreme power of India.